far can we get if we sail a little bit high?
The luxe womenswear label, co-owned by the estranged wife of mogul Harvey Weinstein, has cancelled its show at New York Fashion Week after a decade presenting there. The Marchesa show was scheduled to take place on February 14. The company said in a statement that Georgina Chapman and her business and design partner, Karen Craig, will not be there this time around but are looking forward to presenting the fall 2018 collection in an updated format this season. No additional details were released. The brand has been a mainstay both at Fashion Week and on red carpets for a decade. But there's been a Marchesa blackout on the carpet since Weinstein was accused by scores of women of misconduct, including. He is under investigation by police in New York and California. Chapman left Weinstein shortly after the allegations against him arose in the fall. She firmly condemned his alleged actions but has been mum about the future of Marchesa. He's not the only one with little to say. Nearly 24 celebrities who have worn the brand or are otherwise connected to Chapman would not comment or did not respond to requests for comment on Marchesa's future, whether they would don Marchesa again. 2. Felicity Huffman and more recently Jessica Chastain are exceptions, revealing pressure from Weinstein to wear the label. Huffman said she succumbed in 2005 after he threatened to pull financing for a film. Chastain recently told The Wall Street Journal that she pushed back, refusing to cooperate for a 2014 premiere of The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, distributed by the Weinstein Co. Chastain wore Versace instead. Weinstein took a dig over the dust-up when he introduced her that night, telling the audience, "If I had to get in a boxing ring with Muhammad Ali or Jessica Chastain, I would choose Muhammad Ali," according to Chastain. Friends of Chapman, including Alyssa Milano, have come to her defense, to the initial chagrin of Weinstein's most outspoken accuser, Milano's charmed co-star Rose McGowan. McGowan, a former actress and now vocal activist who has accused Weinstein of, later walked back snide remarks she made about Chapman and Marchesa on Twitter. But she told the Associated Press on Wednesday, when asked whether Chapman was complicit in her husband's alleged misconduct, "By sticking your head in the sand and making it okay as long as you get what you want, you have a hand and you're complicit in the destruction of souls." Weinstein has denied McGowan's allegation from the beginning. In a statement Tuesday, his attorney, Ben Brafman, called the claim a bold lie. Second, Chapman and Craig continue to make a living even in the face of relentless momentum involving Weinstein's accusers. The idea that Marchesa will go under as collateral damage is far-fetched. But their impact in Hollywood is most definitely in peril. It may be too soon to know whether Marchesa will eventually benefit from a sympathy bump or remain off-limits on red carpets among past patrons now unwilling to talk about the brand. Marchesa had access to the entertainment business and a way to market and advertise that no other designers had, said Alan Adamson, a brand analyst in New York. They had an inside track to the red carpet and now that's gone. You can't buy that. The Marchesa duo earlier this month distributed digital pre-fall lookbooks for both the mainline and the lower price Not A, showing off details on Instagram. As for the British Chapman, she sought refuge in London soon after announcing she would leave her husband, but her company remains firmly planted in Weinstein's native New York. "I think Marchesa as a brand was very, very successful in and of itself, but also because of the power that Weinstein had with a lot of New York-based showrooms and PR firms and agencies," said Connie Wang, who writes about the fashion industry for the site Refinery29. He was able to get Marchesa dresses on a lot of very famous women, but Marchesa right now is in a bit of a precarious situation, she said. Adamson agreed with Wang on one thing: in the case of Marchesa and other red carpet dresses, access is as important as craftsmanship, the latter being something Marchesa has an abundance of. How much that helps going forward is an open question, he said. They were playing with an unfair advantage, Harvey's bullying as well as Harvey's access. They'll never have either of those again. Their success was buoyed by a sort of insider trading. Weinstein and Chapman met at party in 2004, the year Chapman and Craig, old chums from design school, launched their company. Chapman once told Vogue she was a young model at the time and said she didn't know who he was. He popped the question in November 2007 and they married the following month at his waterfront estate in Connecticut, according to reports at the time. Chapman wore a gown of her own design. The guest list was star-studded: Jennifer Lopez, Cameron Diaz, Renee Zellweger, Naomi Watts, Vogue's Anna Wintour, Rupert Murdoch, Ron Perlman and Graydon Carter among them. It's unclear exactly how much money Weinstein invested in Marchesa, with one report quoting Weinstein as saying it was mostly a one-time early infusion of cash. The brand has grown over the years to include bridal, beauty, jewelry, china and other housewares. So where are Chapman's celebrity friends at the moment, especially when it comes to publicly declaring the supporter wearing her clothes is the Weinstein taint too strong? Was she bound to have known at least something about his alleged misdeeds? It's very complicated to say whether you will wear Marchesa because you are supporting women and because she was a victim, or say I'm not going to wear Marchesa because she might be complicit, Wang said. The most important thing is that if they do decide to wear Marchesa, if they decide not to wear Marchesa, that they have a very good reason for doing it.